today has 200 franchise locations and close to $300 million in annual sales. But he says beginning in the middle of last year, he saw a significant deceleration in growth.
People are moving less. Obviously, the interest rates are higher, and so we're impacted by that as well.
He says housing and consumer spending trends are a good predictor of how his business will fare.
When there's bad news on Wall Street, when there's ticks up in the interest rate and people are not buying homes or selling them for the price that they were a year ago, that's going to trickle down to companies like ours that are in the home services space.
Friedman says that's when the company buckles down and becomes more conservative and disciplined about borrowing and spending. With Money News from Bloomberg on KYW, I'm Jill Schneider.
Planning a summer vacation? Overseas travel could face trouble as passport issuance delays persist. Here's CBS's Steve Kathan.
College sophomore Kylie Parker applied months in advance to get a passport for a summer study abroad program.
I spent 8 hours a day on the phone with the passport line the other day. We're getting no calls through, no calls back.
The State Department issued a record 22 million passports last year. Current demand is higher, about 500,000 applications rolling in a week. Airline analyst Henry Harteveld.
It's not just alarming, it's embarrassing. I know people have been waiting 3-4 months to get their passports fulfilled.
Secretary of State Blinken says there has been an increase in funding and staffing.
We're really digging in on this. We were authorizing overtime. We've opened satellite offices.
Steve Kathan, CBS News.
The clock ticks as the debate on the debt ceiling continues. That's coming up on KYW.
WPHI-FM Jenkintown, KYW and WIP-FM HD2 Philadelphia.
Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Benefits, HR, hiring, payroll, it's so complicated. But it doesn't have to be. Hi, I'm Joe Carfagno from Clear Employer Services. I work with small businesses to expertly handle all your HR needs. Do you feel like you're always interviewing new talent? At Clear Employer Services, we have the secret to retaining talent for you. Don't watch your good employees walk out the door. Talk with me directly about keeping your employees happy. Go to hruncomplicated.com so you can go back to running your business.
Preferred vendor of Independence Blue Cross. Visit hruncomplicated.com.
Heard of Uline? You know, the have it all in stock, ready to deliver shipping and industrial supply specialists. The company that does things for you that are unheard of, like keeping 41,000 items in stock in our own warehouses. With customer service reps on the line to get you what you need, when you need it, 24/7, 365, every time. Maybe you heard it here first. Want to hear more? Visit uline.com. ULINE, your shipping and industrial supply specialists.
It's the Memorial Day sales event at Ross Choate's Norristown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. We're excited to celebrate the holiday with you, our loyal customers. The inventory is here, and we're celebrating with huge discounts across our entire Jeep, Ram, Chrysler, and Dodge lines. Folks, it's Wrangler season. Lease a 2023 Wrangler 4xe Willys for just $369 a month, or take up to $7,050 off MSRP on the 2022 Jeep Cherokee Trailhawk. The Ram 1500 Crew Cab 4x4 gets up to $12,735 in discount and rebates. Ram, over $12,000 off. Get finance rates as low as 1.9% on the 2023 Compass. Yes, I said 1.9%. Call us at 866-415-8892 or visit NorristownCDJR.com. Now, without the fast talk, Wrangler leases 39 months, 10,000 miles a year, $49.98 to its signing. Finance rates are in lieu of some rebates with approved credit. Tax, license, and $449 doc fee additional ends 5/31/23.
I like the night for my dad.
I like the night for my daughter.
I like the night to end blood cancer.
The Leukemia and Lymphoma Society's Light the Night brings together survivors and supporters to bring light to the darkness of cancer and to help fund life-saving research. About every 3 minutes in America, someone is diagnosed with a blood cancer. Advances made in blood cancer research are leading to treatments for many cancers and other serious diseases. Help light the path to cures. Join Light the Night today.
David Madden standing by with your latest news. Get 2 free windows with every 2 you buy. And pay no interest for 5 full years. WindowNation.com. KYW News Time, 3 o'clock.
Live from Odyssey headquarters.
High above the Schuylkill River.
All news
and all that matters to you.
KYW News Radio.
103.9 FM.
A week and a half before a potential American default, talks continue to avert that between Republicans and the White House.
New Jersey's Attorney General is suing a school district over a policy that requires parental notification for LGBTQ identifying students. I'm Mike Darby.
A triple shooting in West Philadelphia leaves one dead, another critical. Aaron Nola takes the hill for the Phils at the bank against the Cubs in about an hour. It's overcast, 67 degrees here in Center City. We'll drop to 58 with a couple of showers for an overnight low. And good afternoon, everybody. I'm David Matten. Here's the top of the news at the top of the 3 o'clock hour. Negotiations are back on in Washington in an effort to avert America's first economic default by raising the debt ceiling. It's due to be exceeded in about a week and a half. Correspondent Elizabeth Schulze.
Overnight, President Biden said he is not concerned about the talks, but time is running out. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy has said that a deal needs to be reached this weekend to pass legislation through the House and the Senate before June 1st. That is when the Treasury Secretary has warned the government could run out of money, and there are some big payments due that day, including $47 billion for Medicare, billions more for veterans benefits, and military salaries.
Now, House Republicans want to trade enough votes to raise the ceiling in return for steep budget cuts, something Democrats in the Biden administration oppose. Other issues include unspent COVID relief funds and proposed new work requirements to receive some federal aid like food stamps. G7 nations talk the war in Ukraine. That story coming up after traffic and weather at 3:02 on KYW. Mosey on over to the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, and Andy Anderson is taking a look at construction delays on 95.
And it's going to be in Delco. What a surprise. Okay, 95 southbound, starting at Ridley Park. You get bumped out of that left lane. You don't get to use that left lane again until you go to 476 interchange. We're seeing delays starting before 420 as you're working your all the way down through. Once you hit the 476, though, that southbound picks up very quickly. Northbound, a little bit of a delay coming out of Delaware up to about 322. That's just going to be volumes. And then we've got what looks like what's left of an accident northbound off on the left shoulder at 420. Not blocking, no police with it. It's just people slowing down a little bit to give them some space and also try and figure out what it's all about. So we're seeing some minor northbound delays as you clear the blue route. You get further 95 northbound again. You got that delay, it looks like starting right around Island Avenue, going past 291 all the way up to downside of the Gerard Point Bridge. Things pick up very quickly after that. Schuylkill 76, both the 76 ramps getting to the Vine eastbound, those are jammed up, no surprises there. Westbound, you got it slow right around Center City, and then again, as you get by the boulevard, running up through the Gladwin area towards the curb, eastbound, that really starts slowing down by City Avenue, coming all the way down towards south. It's going to be a real push trying to get through there. Kelly Drive, we shut down Strawberry Mansion and found green for the regatta for the rest of the day. I've taken 30 bypass eastbound before Thorndale. Look for that right lane closed. You got some crews out there. Also, the Chamonix Route 1 southbound ramp to Rock Hill Drive. They're doing reconstruction. That's going to be kind of blocked off and being worked on until Monday at 6 a.m. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement 24-hour traffic center. 12 months no interest financing and nothing down. TrustPJ.com. I'm Andy Anderson.
Check now on NBC 10 First Alert Weather, sponsored by Pierce Phelps and your local Carrier air conditioning contractor. Here's meteorologist Marvin Gold.
Happy Saturday, everyone. We have seen a couple of showers move across the Pennsylvania suburbs, but it is New Jersey where I expect the bulk of the wet weather to continue even into the afternoon. Temperatures for today will climb up to about 74 degrees, and we are waiting for a cold front to sweep across the region, and the system will be bringing a couple of showers late this afternoon into the evening hours from west to east, so areas like Berks County and the Lehigh Valley will get to see some of the wet weather, and that action will eventually slide across the city late this evening. Temperatures for tonight at 58 degrees across the city. Tomorrow we're warming up to 78 during the afternoon. Expected sunny skies for tomorrow afternoon. Climbing up to 77 on Monday. High pressure will build in across the region, allowing our entire area to enjoy beautiful weather Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. 77, as I mentioned, for Monday, 73 on Tuesday. Wednesday, temperatures near 80 degrees during the afternoon. I'm NBC 10 First Alert meteorologist Marvin Gomez.
Cloudy skies, 67 degrees over the Schuylkill River this afternoon. We'll drop down to 58 for an overnight low. 3:05 on KYW. A North Jersey school district is being sued by the state attorney general at issue a policy that allegedly violates the rights of LGBTQ students. Here's KYW South Jersey reporter Mike Darby.
In over
Township school policy requires the district to notify parents if their kids identify as gay or change genders. Attorney General Matt Platkin filed a civil rights complaint to block the policy, which he says is discriminatory. He says the state is, quote, extremely proud of the contributions LGBTQ students make to classrooms and communities, and he remains committed to protecting them from discrimination in schools. Platkin had no issue with some other aspects of the policy, which require parental notification for things like violence and substance abuse. Republican State Senator Ed Durr says teachers are only in a child's life for a brief time, and they shouldn't be keeping any secrets from parents.
The thing is, it's their children, their responsibility, their right to have knowledge of what's going on in their child's life, no matter what it would be.
Platkin has filed a preliminary injunction to block the Hanover policy. Durr says what happens with this case could be a bellwether for school districts statewide. At the South Jersey Bureau, Mike Darwin, KYW News Radio, 103.9 FM.
One adult is dead, 2 teens hospitalized after a shooting last night in West Philadelphia at 56th and Baltimore Avenue. All 3 were taken to a hospital where 21-year-old Michael Goodwin was pronounced dead. As for those teens, one is critical, the other is stable. No weapon found. A suspect is being sought. The G7 summit continues in Japan, with America announcing new actions to deal with the war in Ukraine.
All before Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky landed in Hiroshima, Japan, to attend the Industrialized Nations Summit there. White House National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan announced a big shift in U.S.-Ukraine policy, approving the transfer of some F-16 and other jets by allies to Ukraine as it battles Russia.
The obvious first step there is to do the training and then to work with allies and partners and the Ukrainians to determine how to do the actual provision plans as we move forward.
Officials in Japan with the president also announced more sanctions on Russia and people close to Vladimir Putin. Tom Foti, CBS News, Washington.
The National Guard's been accused of leaking highly classified Pentagon documents will await trial in the brig. Correspondent Michelle Miller.
A federal judge in Massachusetts denied bail to Jack Texera Friday and said that he is a flight risk and a severe risk to obstruct justice. The 21-year-old faces charges under the Espionage Act. New court documents filed this week claim that his superiors reprimanded him at least twice for viewing and taking notes on sensitive information not related to his primary job as an IT specialist.
Capitol Hill lawmakers are calling for immediate changes when it comes to classifying Pentagon documents and deciding just who gets access to them. The latest state to attempt to tighten abortion guidelines, Nebraska. The legislature's approved a ban on the procedure 12 weeks after conception. It also limits gender-affirming care for minors. Debate over the proposals was quite emotional, according to correspondent John Grunwald.
A scene from inside the rotunda just after the vote. Shouts of shame roared like a drumbeat to the legislature floor. Then came tearful embraces and resilient chants. Inside the chamber, emotions ran high.
Republican Governor Jim Pillen has promised to sign the measures into law. Republican presidential hopefuls have rushed to support Daniel Penny, a white U.S. Marine veteran who was caught on video pinning an agitated black subway passenger to the floor in a fatal chokehold. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis urged the nation to show Penny that, in his words, America's got his back. Former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley called for New York's governor to pardon Penny. Top Republicans have tried to make rising crime rates a political liability for Democrats. Democrats and racial justice advocates counter the GOP messaging around historic law and order plays on deep-seated racism. 3:09 on KYW. We'll check the highways in the tri-state in 3 minutes.
Working from home? Stay informed. Just ask your smart speaker to play KYW News Radio.
The sounds of summer. Calm, peaceful, relaxing. Until your AC crashes. Keep your cool with help from Carrier, your go-to source for home comfort. At nopaycarrier.com, get the facts on cool cash rebates up to $1,550. 0% financing for up to 120 months on the brand built around you since 1902. And installed by local experts you can trust. Nopaycarrier.com. Carrier, turn to the experts. 0% financing for qualified buyers. Rebates extended to June 30th.
What if you could build a 6-figure retirement income with almost half the money saved? You heard that right. Get a discount on retirement, creating a 6-figure income with 40% less than traditional
401ks and mutual funds. Hi, I'm Sean Valentine. I'm right here in the greater Philadelphia area. I want to tell you about a Hollywood documentary called The Baby Boomer Dilemma. In this film, economists and Nobel Prize-winning PhDs from Harvard, MIT, and Stanford share a strange concept I call the retirement discount. It gives you more retirement income for the same dollar saved. Your money is never at risk. That's right. If the market crashes 30%, you lose nothing. Even people who are on track have shifted money to this new strategy because it increases their retirement income or can allow them to stop working a year sooner. So if you're over 50 and want a bigger, better retirement with less money, call to get your free copy of this brand new movie. It's a $30 value, but when you call today, you get it completely free. Plus, I'm going to include my new book, Crash Proof Wealth. I'll even cover shipping and handling. No credit card required. Call right now. 800-346-9797. 800-346-9797. Again, 800-346-9797.
If your stunning home has gone a little stale, it might be time to contact your local CertaPro painters. We bring the power of pro to every job. That's CertaPro's power to do the job right the first time, every time, and the power to renovate your home without breaking down walls. Take your home from blah to booyah. Get on CertaPro's schedule today at CertaPro.com. CertaPro Painters Business is independently owned and operated. Home improvement contractor registration numbers are available at CertaPro.com.
More than 80 million Americans depend on AM radio for their news, weather, sports, and a community connection. It's the backbone of the emergency alert system. It's critical that we keep AM radio in cars, because when cell and internet services are down, this free emergency service could be your only lifeline. Text AM to 52886 and tell Congress we need AM radio in cars.
Messaging data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month, and you may text stop.
This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
This is Flea for the Little Light, the podcast about falling in love with music. I started a non-profit music school about 20 years ago called the Silver Lake Conservatory of Music. The reason that I started doing this podcast was music education. I'll be speaking with Rick Rubin, Thundercat, Stuart Copeland, Margot Price, Corey Henry, Cynthia Arriva, Sheila E., and Patty Smith.
Please listen and follow This Little Light, a presentation of Cadence 13 on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Dealing with dead animals in Philadelphia can be complicated. The story after traffic and weather on the 2 sponsored by Penn Medicine. Andy Anderson and the B.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center.
Thank you. It's still pretty busy in Delaware County. 95 southbound. You'll lose that left lane starting at Ridley Parkward and right down to the Blue Route 476. Because of that, we are seeing heavy delays still starting before 420, running right down to 476. Then that southbound picks up very quickly. Northbound, a little bit of a crowd coming out of Delaware up to about 322. And then you've got it again starting right at 476. Heading up to about 420. We've got what's left of an accident up on the left shoulder, but the cars are towed right up against the edge of the line. So people slowing down to give